Day.
John!
John!
I found out that I had Parkinson's when I was 59 years old.
I was diagnosed March 31st of 2009.
In one of the support groups, there was a woman who said she gives herself 5 minutes to cry every day, and then she has to be done.
And I remember thinking and saying that this is going to have an impact on my riding my motorcycle into old age. I know the message can be incredibly difficult to hear, but it's not the end of life. Ideally, that does not define who you are.
The first things that concerned me when I learned I had Parkinson's was, how will you know if I smile? Because, you know, the face becomes masked.
I'm living life while I can, to the best of my ability. Is it a second wind? Maybe. But it's our third and fourth and fifth wind.
It's not what's thrown to you, but it's how you react to it.
No one wants to have PD. I have PD. But it doesn't define who I am. And it shouldn't define who you are.
You move on.
It's been just a great joy to meet other people, those that have PD and those that are partners, caregivers, care partners with people.
If you had told me I was going to join the choir, I would have laughed my head off. And yet I love it, and I think it really helps me with my vocal intensity. I can't imagine my life without Parkinson's. I can't imagine not having the people in my life that I wouldn't have met had I not had Parkinson's.
So there's a blessing of sorts.
I mean, I could do without the symptoms.
Yeah.
Wednesday, I do boxing.
Go big, go strong, fight this beanie all day long! Woo!
When I was on the train once, and I was with somebody else who was a boxer, a lot of people could overhear our conversation, and she was talking about how we do boxing, and heads like turned, like, you do boxing?
One more? You got it. Good, good, good.
Yeah, I'm tougher than I look.
Ready, don't stop. Now.
Well, the benefit of boxing for me has been the fact that I'll be able to get some of my frustrations out. And there are times when having PD, as you feel the frustration so much, you want to shout and scream. But the boxing helps me to release it.
I find that the exercise really makes such a huge difference. When we do the cardio at boxing, before we do the actual boxing, sometimes we'll march. And the higher I lift my legs up, the easier it is for me to get on the train.
When I say just let it rip, this is what I see. Legs lock out.
Yeah.
What I don't see is the whole body. One, rear, hook, gut, blow. One, jab, cross, hook. Right, left, right, left. Very, very good.
It's a way of fighting back.
Good. Last two. And one from the top.
It's much more exhilarating than I ever imagined. It's more exhausting than I could have ever thought about. I'm feeling different energy.
Up, shift back. Left, right, good. 2, 3, 4. Up.
You can do it. We can all do it. We can do it to the best of our ability.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for dopamine! Woo!
When I first had read articles about how people with Parkinson's, their creativity became enhanced, I was really disappointed because I wanted it to be me. but it is me. You know, Parkinson's is there and is a part of me. So I might as well reap some benefits here. And I'm reaping the benefits. I didn't see myself as an artist before. I didn't have to draw. Now I have to draw. I mean, how can you not do it if it makes you feel so good? You know? I mean, I don't drink, I draw. It brings me a lot of pleasure. It brings me a lot of peace. It does remind me of meditating because it's almost like your whole body is slowing down. I'm functioning on a different plane.
And for me, it's that door where one door closes and another opens. It's enabled me to think about now. My creativity has just blossomed. I couldn't paint at all before, at least I thought I could. And so I discovered that I can paint. And that's just been such a joy. My wife would say that she believes that my creativity was there before in other areas. For example, photography is a hobby of mine, has been for probably 30 years. And she would say I had creativity there as a basis, but this incredible drawing, painting has emerged that has enabled me to look at art differently. This is my mom's restaurant, a diner, when I was a kid. Ordinarily, there are times when my hands are in motion, and it's the tremors. And when I'm painting, there's a liberation, there's a freedom. For me, it's worked very well when I'm able to do these things. And so at times it just surprises me that my hand's not moving all over. I have not had an education in painting as such. And sometimes I've painted something, I thought, oops, what a mistake. And then I realized I could paint that into whatever I was working with. And again, this is evolving literally as I speak. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. I'm having fun though. Whatever time I have, I want to create whatever I can while I can. And there are times I just don't want to stop. There are times I'm here at 2 o'clock in the morning. I lose track of time. I feel free of PD. In addition to painting, I discovered that I love to write and express my emotions, my feelings. I think of it as reflections. This is called One-It Man. This is among my first that I really reflected on having Parkinson's disease. Unexpectedly, I caught a glimpse of you today while I skipped a beat walking down the street. I struggled with... One-It Man was an expression to be able to say, here's what I'm feeling, the sentiments of having PD. That people could visually see that I have PD. And I didn't want them to see it, but I couldn't get rid of it. It's still there, and it was obvious. I thought of you today, not because I wanted to. I thought of you today, like a one-it man. I write profusely. I'm writing amazingly every day in some fashion. Here, for example, is something called Speak to the Child Within. I sit here now with a smile on my face, remembering when I was once young and innocent. Not that I wish I could go back in time, but it warms my heart simply to recall the very first time I played and even danced in the rain. For a brief moment, I forgot. It was a blessing to discover that I had this voice. I do feel at times, when I'm writing, for example, at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I have something I've called the phantom writer. I just wonder where it comes from, the words. Where do I get some of these images that I paint? I don't know. I just feel that there's something there that's deeper than me.
I'm so excited about this. Art is something that just lives, and it will live beyond me. It should. So it makes me feel good if I think about, leaving artwork, but I'd rather think about seeing the artwork in someone's home now. I'd rather live in the moment, live in the day.
I think Betty's art is tremendous. It's phenomenal.
I think it's amazing.
The way that she expresses her feelings using the art, it's incredible. So for me, watching the joy that she has and the fact that it helps in recovery is critical, and it's a blessing.
And it captures her spirit. She's just the most tranquil, peaceful person coming to grips with an illness and integrating it into her life and not letting her stop her.
I have many people who say that I motivate them and that I'm inspirational. You know, they see me as a person who has Parkinson's, but just as a person, I'm not defeated by that. I'm actually inspired by that. I've got all this creativity that is expanded from what it was before, and I've just got so many projects going.
It's been a journey of love. Probably 150 reflections, as well as my artwork, photographs. Perhaps I can help someone else. Perhaps I can even inspire someone else. There's still vibrancy in me, because I'm here, I'm now. I'm in the present moment. I'm alive. 50 to 60,000 people a year in the United States will be diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. I'm ready for a cure. I am so ready for, because I'm concerned about my grandchildren. Yes, I have Parkinson's disease, but that's not me. I'm more than PD.
And you said you would know. Mm-hmm. And I do believe you would know. You would look me in the eye and just know, kind of like how we know what each other is thinking. You would know that I'm thinking a smile is there.
Gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. One foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes. Don't you listen. Look up ahead. Look at listen. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. Swing it, Betty. Lead